How's it going, guys? I'm Prince from PrinceTV Reacts and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be checking out a Jaiden animations video. This is called Being the Best Worst Ever. It's a video on self-improvement, something that I am doing currently right now. Starting this month. It's just the second day of July. So yeah. Let's see how much I can relate to the video Jaiden made. Okay, let's go ahead and play.
Man, I'll never be able to throw a baseball like Ruth. He's got so much more skill and talent than me. It's like he was born to be a pitcher. If I could throw like him, I'd be so happy.
I see. I don't think that's the way to go, dude. Don't compare yourself with others. I don't know why I'm sharing my wisdom all of a sudden, but that's like the first step. You should not be comparing your skills to others. What's happening?
Man, I'll never be able to throw like Mason. Self-improvement.
Oh, right? So, yeah, there's always someone better than you. That's the point of the start of this video.
Seems like a simple concept. And what I've been learning the more I look into it is that no, it's not. It's all over the place, and everyone has some sort of struggle with it at one point or another, and it can be a nightmare. It's like falling from a tree. There's so many different branches you can get smacked by. And I want to talk about it. Self-improvement is extremely important to me. Out of all the personal values I stand by, it's the one I actively think about the most. Multiple times a day, I'll end up having some sort of checkup with myself to analyze if I'm doing enough to satisfy my self-growth quota. What can I change to do better? Am I pushing myself? This isn't good enough yet. Why does everything I do look like shit? And that's the thought pattern I and a lot of people can start to spiral into. The concept of self-improvement is really positive and inspiring. Keep on working to develop yourself and you'll become a better person you could ever dream of. You can do anything you set your mind to. Go get 'em, Tiger. Yeah, woo! That sounds great. Except there's also this one complication where some people start having unrealistic expectations and an unhealthy mindset, and when they disappoint themselves after their inevitable failure to reach their unrealistic goal, it cuts them so deeply that it impacts their self-worth right to the core of their being. I struggled with that one a lot. The I can never be satisfied with what I'm doing and don't think I deserve any recognition branch. Just a bad case of imposter syndrome, pretty much. I'd explain what that is, but I don't think I'm qualified enough to do that. There are much better YouTubers than me who are much more deserving of my position, and I don't think I'm worthy of people paying attention to what I say because my content isn't good enough. And
that's exactly what the imposter syndrome is. Like, you feel like what you're saying doesn't mean anything, you're faking, especially when I'm doing videos on YouTube, you know. People often like accuse me of faking my reaction for the views and not being honest with myself. But I'm like always trying to be myself on camera. I don't think people want to see a fake excitement or fake laughter, fake sadness on YouTube. There's too much of it already. I don't want to be that, and part of me actually struggles with it because, you know, obviously I'm not doing that, but getting accused of something that you're not doing actually makes you feel worse about the entire situation. So yeah.
I really want to be able to play this really intense piano song because I've never done anything at that difficulty before, and I'm gonna push myself out of my comfort level.
Okay.
Well, it must have been actually too easy. I mean, it's not that great of an achievement. There's much better out there.
Like, even
Man,
after,
I suck. No,
even
you
after accomplishing something, you're still feeling like self-doubt.
For weeks. You earned this. You should be able to be like, yeah, you know what? I'm friggin' great, and I deserve to feel at least a sliver of satisfaction for myself here. You idiot. When you're constantly looking for the next bar to hit, you can blind yourself to how far you've come. It's alright. You can actually be proud of yourself without being a sociopath. Cocky douchebag. Since I value improvement so much, any sense of satisfaction with something would make me worried that I was settling and I wouldn't push myself anymore. Hindsight is 20/20, and I'm able to see how actually super toxic and damaging that thought process was. I wasn't pushing myself out of passion like I thought I was. It was all just a disguise. Let's see who the culprit really was. What?
It's you.
Oh no! It was actually pushing myself too hard out of blind fear of becoming complacent. I got
Scooby-Doo,
self-improving
though.
also pertains to self-help. You can't grow as a person when you're holding a whip to yourself. Can you whip yourself? I looked it up and ended up on a page I didn't want, but the analogy stands. You know that SpongeBob episode where SpongeBob was like verbally abusing his snail and then it ends up exploding?
Yeah.
This is your brain on negativity. Any questions? A big trip up can also be comparing yourself to other people. There's definitely positive aspects of being inspired by people you look up to, but like most things, too much of anything can be bad. There's always going to be people of a higher skill set than you, so you should try to identify who you are, not who to compare yourself to.
Yep.
That won't be exactly like Bo.
That's something...
He's super great, and funny, really smart.
What's the name?
But I'm not Bo.
That's the comedian, Bob something.
I'm such a failure. If everyone compared their skill sets to each other in order to calculate how much skill and potential they have, then all infant children should just give up on everything. That's the name of the comedian. You think time and practice is going to help you improve your drawing ability, baby? Well, think again. You suck right now, so you might as well just throw in the towel, you pathetic little waste of diapers. Look at your drawing compared to Van Gogh. You call those sunflowers? Psh, this scribbled mess shows no potential of improvement in the art field. And you've even got more ears than him. You can have like 7 ears and still not be capable of creating a fraction of anything that could be considered art. You're nothing. Nothing! Everyone's
wow! Just imagine talking to a kid like that. Oh my god.
Their own timeline. Even if someone is the same age or maybe even younger than you, it's still not okay to compare how much further they are to you. Jeremiah was able to hopscotch to number 8 when he was 5. I'm 21 and still get tripped up at the 5 and 6 combo. It's alright. Everyone's got different...
It's like every time I hear some of the new music that comes on top Billboard top chart, right? So I'm listening to a song and I'm like, wow, this is a good song actually. So I look up the artist because I've never heard of him or her, and when you look at the age and realize that the artist is actually younger than you are, it makes you feel so freaking old because you're like, oh my god, what have I done with my life? Here she is, so talented, so accomplished already, and I'm here sitting on my butt, achieved nothing so far. Like, yeah, so comparing with a successful person, it's not just your friends and family, it's just you're comparing yourself with a world-class athlete or a musician or a painter who has been doing that since their childhood maybe, and all of a sudden you're comparing your success, your level of achievement with him or her who doesn't even know you exist. So you're just being pathetic all by yourself. There's just no point, but we do it. Once you actually realize that, maybe you can do things differently. Like, I don't think about like that like I used to, but it's a thing. It's a thing that people makes you feel old once once you grow up. Yeah.
Variables pushing them forward and backwards. Jeremiah has 4 legs, and you've only got 1. You'll get there with enough practice, champ. You've also got to think about why you want to improve.
Yeah, maybe Jeremiah has 4 legs. That gives him the upper hand. So that might be the reason why he's so good at it and I'm not.
Is it for yourself, or because you think that's what other people want from you? If you make choices based on what others want, then oops, you played yourself. All of a sudden in 3 years you're hit with the realization that you don't know who you are and you're just a living amalgamation of other people's expectations. Zoinks! When I was 9, I had a friend who said her favorite color was blue, so I said my favorite color was blue too, because I wanted her to like me, and that gave us something in common. Real critical 9-year-old thinking there. For years I kept with that pattern of becoming a person I thought other people would like and saying my favorite color was blue because people who like purple are freaks. Until one year in high school I suddenly had an identity crisis and a whole mental breakdown being like, I don't know who I am anymore. All my personality traits are based on things I've modified for other people.
Exactly.
My favorite color isn't even blue! We ended up painting my bedroom walls from blue to white because of that meltdown. Don't paint your walls a color based on lives from when you were 9. Let's flip the coin and talk about the other side of the improvement spectrum. As much as people can attach their self-worth to their failures or shortcomings, which is not good and you should not do that. The same can be applied to earning achievements. It's not uncommon for people to improve, experience success, and then not feel the need to push themselves any further, which can melt into them being so absorbed in their accomplishments that they attribute it to their self-worth, becoming arrogant and a sociopath, douchebag. Jaiden, this is getting confusing. Are we supposed to be proud of ourselves or not? No, yes, be proud of yourself, but don't get too caught up in...
Too cocky, I guess.
It's okay. All this stuff gets so tricky, and I swear we're all just destined to get hit by a meteor and perish. Yes, you should be proud of your achievements and improvements, but it's dangerous to link them or anything to your self-worth or personality, because that's how you either think you're as worthless as a speck of dust, or brainwash yourself into thinking you're the reincarnation of God.
That's
just don't let your success/failure meter affect your personal behavior meter, and it'll be fine. I've asked a bunch of my friends on their opinion on what to do in situations when you've gone off the deep end and think you're all that in a bag of success chips, and we all agreed it just comes down to self-awareness. When you're surrounded in a mist of your own success and so high up on a horse that you can't hear the echoes of reality, the only person that can make a difference is your own reality check and desires to change. There's also a tendency for successful people to be surrounded by yes men and people who will always agree with everything. Isn't that right? Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, totally. You're so smart. God, she's always right. So it can be really difficult to get that window of clarity where you can actually see the consequences of who you've become. And don't get me started on how seeing criticism gets. I think you could move the eyes down more. They're a bit... You're just a hater, and I don't need you in my life. There's methods to improvement, too. You can be actively seeking to learn more and mindfully decipher what you need to do to grow, or you can just do your thing and over time keep on perfecting your skill. There's a lot that goes into self-improvement. It's a whole balancing act of understanding what you want and not taking things personally and staying humble and not getting hit by meteors. But believe it or not, with a lot of time and figuring yourself out, it's very manageable and can become one of the strongest tools you can use to become a really balanced, awesome, humble, incredible, super cool person like me. Hey, thanks.
Alright, and that is the end of the video. It's so freaking relatable. I think I talked through the video way more than Jaiden did actually. So yeah guys, don't compare yourself, especially when you're actually trying to be better. I think one of the things, like one of the prime example of this situation is when you set unrealistic goals based off of someone else's appearance. For example, I have seen many of my friends who started going to the gym or started a workout plan, whether it's running or some sort of like bodyweight training, and then they quit after 7 days or 2 weeks or 4 weeks. Actually, they want to achieve something. They see these actors and these fitness models on Instagram, and they want to replicate their body shape, their result in so little span of time. It's like you're signing up for failure if you're doing that. Okay, self-improvement, it takes time. You have to find your own pace and be happy with your results, dude. But anyways, that's it for this one. I hope you find something relatable that I talked about on this video. Let me know down in the comments if you have any story relating to this situation, because I have a lot, but I don't want to talk too much on this one. And that's it for this one. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're new to my channel. Check out Jaiden's video, but I have a feeling you have seen it already because these are pretty old videos that I'm checking out right now. And let me know down in the comments what video would you like me to check out next. There are so many classics. I kind of want to watch them all, but I would prefer that you guys suggest something that's more interesting so I can have something better to jump on the track with. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next one tomorrow, as promised. Peace.